Hi there, this is Jacob, and today I'm working on this old Ford Jubilee tractor. I believe that the coil went bad, so let's get that changed. So I'm going to start with this 3/8 drive ratchet with a 1/2 inch and a extension in order to remove it. This tractor's lift arm is very greasy, so it's causing grease to get all over me, but it's no biggie. On this old coil, we put 2 resistors on it because it said resistor was required, and we figured more resistance the better, right? So could that be why it went junk? Yes, but I don't know, might not be either. This is the new coil, right? Came with a new thing. I picked up at Bomb Guards, and it is a Calco C63112 ignition coil 12 volt. It's for many older tractors and does not require a resistor. Alright, so as you can see, this old coil, sure, it's got 2 resistors on it, which is no big deal, but not only that, it's got these little clip things on it. Those go into female connectors, so I'm going to remove those so it's easier to deal with. So on this new coil, they've downgraded to a 5/16 on there, or 5/16 on their coil terminals. So I had to change sockets from a 3/8 to a 5/16, which is no biggie. But now on this new coil, it has very small both lock washers and regular washers, so don't lose those because it will suck to find them again. Okay, now I'm going to take and install both of my male connectors that go on the ignition coil terminals, and then I can put it back on the tractor. So whenever you do this, if you've got these same female connectors or male connectors, remember not to take and bring it over to right here, because then you can't get your female connector side on. And so what I do to fix that is I put my thumb right there, and then I tighten it down. See? Now that's splayed out. On this side though, you don't want to, because whenever you're tightening it, it brings your thing this way, as you might be able to see. So what you're going to want to do, put your thumb right here and tighten it up. Okay, those two are tight. Now let's get back to the tractor. Okay, now I'll take and move it to where you can see these holes. See, both this one and that one is where your coil is gonna go. So what we're gonna do is come on over here, bolt number 1, and start to thread it in. And to help with this, I'm gonna use that same 3/8 drive extension that was on the socket but take it off. Just so that way my fat fingers, they can't fit in there. Okay, so now you put this, you'll line it up with the hole. You line it up with the hole. Come on, line up with the hole now. Oh, that's not tight. Okay, now as I'm getting this tightened up, you want to make sure that it gets taut, but not stripped. If you tighten it too much to where it becomes loose, you know you've tightened it too far. Just enough to where it's snug. Okay, there we go. Now those bolts are in. As you might be able to see here, both bolts have made it in. Now let's take the wire that's going to your distributor, put it onto the negative terminal, like that, and come on over here, grab the one that's coming from the battery, and put right there. Okay, that's how that should look. And then the final step of this equation is coil wire right there. Okay, now let's see if my coil fixed this thing. That I do not know. Now if I did this right, it will have spark now. If I did not, it won't. Okay, that's good. Well, that's how you replace a coil. What we got wrong is a bad Poitzen condenser. That sucks. Oh well. You know, it could be worse. I guess that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, and goodbye.